The Belize Sugar Industries grinds on average 1.3 million tons of sugarcane annually. The mill receives sugarcane from more than 5,000 farmers in northern Belize. The volume of cane that is delivered to the factory yearly produces enough sugar to supply both the domestic and export markets. A prolonged drought in 2019 destroyed over 30% of the 2019-2020 harvest, resulting in millions of dollars in losses. This climate change event placed the entire industry under threat, but B.S.I's research and development team had already been preparing to mitigate these risks. Just over 2 decades ago, they began a study to collect data on the performance of different varieties of sugarcane. Today, B.S.I released 11 new varieties of sugarcane to the industry that, according to their studies, outperformed the dominant type in the country.
1, it offers natural adaptation to today's conditions. The conditions of yesteryear are not the same as they were today, and older varieties may not adapt well to the present conditions. Conditions are ever changing. With the advent of climate change, these frequent swings are happening more and more. And I'll give you an example. In 2019, we recorded one of the worst droughts on record. The subsequent year, in contrast, was one of the wettest years on record. These extreme swings are happening more and more. This also leads to more pest and disease, more frequent outbreaks, as we have seen this year with the froghopper outbreaks. And the best way to combat this is through variety development.
The varietal status of Belize's sugar industry is unsustainable. According to research, one variety accounts for 60% of sugarcane production in the north, and as that variety becomes less resistant to climate events and pests, these 11 new varieties are the future of the industry.
Our program consists of 5 easy steps, family selection to stage 4, and spans 12 years. We look at yield trials, soil adaptability, pest and disease susceptibility, and ratooning, to name a few. And there is immense work that goes into this. The technicians are regularly clocking in extended hours during the grueling sampling season. We have also modernized the program. We have improved experimental design to ensure robustness and sound data collection. We have incorporated technology into our data management by implementing a system for digital field data collection and data storage.
The research team is now working to increase its seed stock to distribute to farmers for pre-production. The company has also created a manual for those farmers to utilize. 12 farmers have been experimenting with the new varieties on their farms over the last 2 years. 3 of the 11 varieties have proven to be the most successful during that period.
Big ticket item here is really to change the compendium, as Adrian calls it, of the industry. Currently B79, as he will tell you, is over 50% of the industry, and we need to have a variety, a diversity of varieties so that we're not at risk based on the climate impacts that we're getting at the moment. And these can be floods, droughts, pest, all these climate impacts that we are experiencing. So yes, we are currently in the process of submitting, along with 5Cs and the Ministry of Economic Development, a GCF funding for over $20 million so that we can then replant close to 15,000 acres in the sugarcane area. It's not all. We are coming from about 70,000 acres in the sugar industry. So it's really about 15% of the industry that we want to change the diversity.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.